Welcome to Off the Stage Podcast.
And welcome to Off the Stage Podcast. Are we classing this as kind of like a special one, I guess?
We are a special one, but
Yeah.
I think this is still just a podcast, to be
Yeah.
fair. Where we take musicians off the stage and into the pub to talk about the ins and outs of the music world. I'm Conor Michael, this is James Berry, and we're going to just chat between ourselves, pretty much.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what we do on a Friday, to be fair. We normally do a gig and then finish just before 11, and then we start the next one just after 12. So we get an entire hour to just sit and talk, and it's normally about gigs and music. And a lot of me thinks we should be putting the podcast down and just having an audio chat.
Yeah, that's, you know what, it's not a bad idea, to be honest.
Because we do a podcast every Friday,
yeah.
we just don't put it out. Or record it.
But the thing is, you could probably just like, because I think a lot of it's just because we're knackered. Sometimes it's just like us, just like half thinking. But I think there's some good.
Yeah.
At least I'm sure we just talk about bloody updates to the music that we're doing and stuff like that.
But it's normally that time where I'll get like a pinged message going, I've just got an update on my next song, or you're like, I've just wrote a new one yesterday.
Yeah. That I do nothing with.
Yet.
Yeah. Well,
your archive.
That's too much stuff. Yeah.
I don't actually know when this episode's due out, but I'm assuming it'll be in a few weeks.
Definitely won't be on
it'll
be a few weeks. It'll be in December sometime. What are we drinking, by the way? You did say.
Mystery drink. It's called
Dexter's, not Guinness.
No, now this was a mystery drink, I should say. But what we've done before getting on the podcast is we recorded some songs and we've been drinking from them, to be fair. So it was a mystery before we actually started. This is a stout. It's part of the Milk Stout series, which is one of my favourites that comes in.
Yeah, I do like it.
basis.
It's good stout.
And it's a sticky toffee pudding flavour.
It does taste really nice. I don't know if I can
My
taste.
favourite pudding, that, you know.
I don't know if I can taste the sticky toffee pudding though.
Me neither, but I can taste the sweetness.
Yeah, it
Doesn't taste like coffee, and that's what puts me off most stouts.
It tastes like a fat Guinness, doesn't it? Like in a way, yeah.
Yeah, kind of like a diluted one, actually, if I'm honest.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I can smell it.
Yeah.
I just can't taste it. Just about.
This is very nice, though. One of my favourite stouts we've had in this place.
Yeah, that's really nice.
But yeah, going into the music, obviously, we don't always get around to doing a podcast for just two of us, because it's easier for us to just chat about someone else who's come on and what are you doing, and there's always something new happening. But to be fair, both of us have been quite busy over the last few years.
Yeah.
That's coming to light now.
Well, for me, it's just been the past few weeks. I've kind of, it's just like, it's a weird thing, because, well, you know me, I'm always like saying I'm releasing this, I'm writing this song, never get around to it. But after I've been back from Japan on holidays, I've almost had like a reset in my brain, and it's kind of just egged us on just to kind of, okay, I'm going to make sure I get some time, because I'm always like, I can do it tomorrow, I'd never get it done. But I sat down the other day and I just recorded a bunch of songs. I didn't care how they sounded necessarily. I just wanted them either to be demos, or I just wanted to release like an acoustic album. I just wanted to see how it went. And some of the songs were decent, others. But I think I've got a good start.
Yeah.
It's a start. So I'm
That's
like,
good.
yeah.
How many songs did you get recorded?
9.
9. That's a really good start, that.
Yeah. So I've had them in my head for ages. Some of them, you'll hear one of them that I kind of wrote there and then. So some of them are quite old, and you'll know that they're quite old because a lot of them is about like COVID and shit, which is like 5 years ago. Yeah. Like, that's like 5 years ago now.
It is, wasn't it?
Aye. But yeah, so I'm starting to branch out a little bit into the folk domain of things.
Yeah.
So you've got a EP coming out soon.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's out.
Yeah.
I say that just waiting on the master, which should be at some point this week. So my EP was kind of rushed on the terms of the writing it stage, because I've been working on an album that's going to be out next year. And I had the All or Nothing EP come out earlier this year. And it was the kind of thing of, right, well, I'll make 2025 about the album. The first single will be out in January. And then I'll make the album out at the end of the summer. Which meant I had 2025 sorted. And the EP had done so well. Well, at least Come and Kiss Me did really well in February. It got like 50,000 streams in a few weeks. And it was working to kind of have a song coming out every 6 to 8 weeks is what they normally say. And it's the first time I've done it, and it really worked, and it built the fan base up. So I was kind of like, when it gets to July, August, I'm going to have absolutely nothing until the next song. So I just needed to fill the second half of the year out, really.
That's quite clever.
And I had a few songs written down, and I just kind of went over them and picked, that works. And there was a song, Overboard, was one of the first ones written. And it felt quite nautical because it feels like you're on a ship.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Horizon's very similar. Overboard's kind of like you're on the ship, it's tipping. Horizon is now you're in the water.
Yeah.
And then Dance in the Rain was one I'd been working on. To be fair, it's been really
Water
years. Yeah, basically. But Dance in the Rain, my dad, years ago when I was starting to write songs, he was like, oh, you should write a song that's like, never let the weather dictate kind of thing. He's like, that's a good lyric. As you know, most people do to songwriters.
Yes.
This is a good one for you. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. And I've always kind of had that in mind. So Dance in the Rain is just basically saying when it's raining, it doesn't stop you. And I had them 3 songs and I was like, right, it's water themed this.
Yeah.
James, do you ever fancy collabing Sink the Ship? Because I think this is going to fit in brilliantly well.
Well, one
One
of the songs
came from.
Yeah. Funny enough, one of the songs that I've been recording is "Sink the Ship," which, to be fair, is not it's obviously not a new song. It's actually, if you go on my YouTube, it's on the HMV Live.
Yeah.
It's the kind of first thing that comes up. But yeah, I've done it. The problem with that song that I've had is I've tried to because I feel it's quite like a bit rough around the edges. It's quite like a raw song, and every time I've tried recording it about 4 or 5 times, and every single time I tried, it's just never sounded how I want it to sound. And I've realised it's because I'm trying to make like the perfect conditions for a recording, and I want the recording not to sound like a perfect recording. So I'm kind of like, so what I did, I just took I just got one mic and I just sung it in front of the mic, and it sounds really good.
Yeah,
I'm
happy with that one.
Yeah,
Good.
so that's one of the ones I was happy with.
Yeah. Good.
So that'll be on the
It's a
YouTube.
really good song. But yeah, then I was like, but I didn't want to like force it to be like, let's do this collab before your song's out. But I've had another song which is already released called There You Are, but it was a B-side to a song called Missing Part of Peace.
I remember that one.
And that song was very coastal as well, to be fair.
Yeah.
And we shot the music video with the green screen thing
Yeah.
at Roca Beach. And it was just a B-side because it was just an acoustic track that I released. But I've done it at gigs, and it's probably the first song I've had that the crowd really get into it.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's cool.
So when I was just putting the EP together, I was like, you know what, I'll chuck this one in as well, just purely because, one, I need the EP. I don't want to do a 3-track EP. I'm making 4 like my minimum. And that's kind of why that's in that nautical theme. But when I brought it to the studio, Andy listened to the demos and went, it gives you kind of like a holiday vibe from getting off the plane, spending the time away, like just chilling on the beach kind of, and then leaving. And I was like, okay, cool. So we've made it kind of like a holiday themed EP, is what it's meant to kind of put your head in it.
Yeah.
If you listen really carefully in Overboard, it sounds like African drums in the percussion section.
Yeah. That's
Because
like, yeah.
there's normal drums, then there's bongos, and then there's just clap rhythms that are going about and clicks and shakers and everything. So when I'm doing it, it's mental because when I do it live and I do the percussion stuff looping, it feels really weird because everyone's just watching me go. I'm like, when it builds up, it makes it makes the difference.
Trust the system.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, that's my rushed EP, which is sounding quite nice to be fair so far.
Yeah, I've listened to. The only one I haven't listened to is Horizon, which I've listened to a little acoustic version today, which sounds very nice.
Yeah.
How much songs are actually on? Is it 5 songs? Is it?
Just the 4.
4.
So it's
Okay.
Dance in the Rain, Overboard, Horizon, and There You Are.
Oh, it's okay. Because I know you keep talking about your album. I'm getting confused which is on your album, which is on your bloody EP.
Yeah.
But okay.
Yeah, I've done it backwards. I did the album recorded last November, and then I had to go back in this year to redo it because there were some technical issues. But that's sorted. But what was funny is I've basically had the album ready to go, and then I've done these 2 EPs that have come out this year. But I was just kind of like, trying to plan ahead because most times people will write a song, oh, that was good enough, right? I'll put that out, and then right, what's next? Whereas again, as I say, the waterfall thing is, if everything's there, if I've got 3 years of songs coming out, Spotify's like, well, I like this guy, he's putting 3 years of effort into me, so I'm going to put 3 years of effort into him, and
that makes sense.
push the algorithm better. So I was just planning my year of album, and then this was kind of like the year to test different marketing strategies. Come and Kiss Me worked really well. it's not gone as well for Dance in the Rain, but I know what to do in different bits.
Yeah, well, I think everything you do is all like a learning curve, isn't it? It's just figuring out where. It's just figuring out what works. It's like trial and error most of the time. So you listen I listen to loads of these like marketing gurus and stuff like that, but really they tell you the same thing, and it's just like it doesn't always work. There's one marketing guru who says, don't do anything anyone else said. Just think of like things that like don't follow the algorithm. It's like it's quite hard to do, but don't follow the trends because 20,000 people have already done that trend, and you kind of get lost in it. Even though it might on paper look like you're getting loads of views and stuff, it's like just think of something that is unique to you and just run with it. And it's like you think, well, what? But that's the thing as well, trying to find out what your niche is, what you're doing, whatever you're doing, find out what sticks more, and then like kind of go down that path. It's such a hard bloody thing to do, but
I miss the days that I wasn't even involved in. Like Ed Sheeran just put a few songs on MySpace and boom, there he went. Now you've got to be like, right, okay, what dance goes on TikTok?
I know.
Okay, right, okay, well,
it.
this short has to go on YouTube, but I can't use the exact same short because now it's watermarked, so I have to do this one and that one. And you spend 5 hours just putting one video on 6 different apps.
I know, that's it. And you just, I mean, to be fair, I've stopped doing YouTube. Yeah, I started doing it because I've just been uploading my covers, but there's been like 3 covers or something's been like taken off because of copyright. I'm like, for fuck's sake. Yeah. It's just like, what's the point?
Yeah, I always found it funny when Facebook used to take your songs off.
This
song sounds like Home by Conor Michael. I went, funny that. I hope so. It is me.
Yeah, because it's like the third party distribution in it, so it's weird because if you're with like DistroKid own the copyright, but they own the copyright in your name kind of thing. It's like it's a weird like legal loophole, but it like the Facebook and stuff, they don't know that. They just know that this random account is playing a song by DistroKid.
Yeah.
Like just like flipping. It's a weird.
I know.
It's a funny thing. Bloody internet.
Yeah. But speaking of internet, because this was last minute, I just put a quick Instagram poll up this morning. Say questions.
Cool. Yeah.
So I'm gonna send a few in, and then we'll do some more in the second part.
Yeah. Awesome.
We got some directly from HMV Rich, so at Stedman Rich. What has been your biggest off the stage related success since the pod began?
Off the stage related success. In terms of just like personal achievement or
whatever you think. So to me,
my thing, yeah. Okay, you go first, and I've got a thing in my head. But
I think and I don't know whether it's because I wasn't really in the music scene as much before the podcast, but seeing how many people have connected over the podcast and being like, oh, I watched such and such as episode. I'm supporting them next week, and they're supporting me in a couple of weeks. And I don't think we single-handedly brung the community together. That's far from it. But I do think we've had a big hand in building connections for other people and like
putting someone into someone's radar.
Yeah.
That's I think that's probably the most success. I mean, to me, it's probably just the musicians that I've met. Obviously, like, I mean, I'll give a shout out. I don't know if he still watches the podcast, but obviously Nathan, aka Anthony.
We'll get to your question soon.
Yeah, but I feel I'm really good friends with him now, and I'd never have met him if it wasn't for this podcast. So, but there's been other.
Got an invite to my stag do.
Yeah, I was going to say podcast, yeah. So obviously there's loads of other musicians. Too many to name, but like that was the one because that was in my opinion, that was like the first one, because it was quite early on when he came in, wasn't it? So that was the first one. It's like, you know what, this is actually a really good thing of like just meeting new people and getting to know people's music, becoming fans of other people as well. Like, because we never get the chance. Being like full-time musicians, we never really get the chance to, and you wouldn't like, because now sometimes say if Fairly Ignite's playing, I'll try and swap my shifts around, like swap my gigs around, but if it was just if I just heard of him, I didn't actually speak to him or anything, I'd be like, oh, I'm gigging, I'm not up. So it's like it's the building of networking.
No, I agree.
The community. I hate the word networking because it sounds so like business and commercial, but it's just meeting people, that have your similar interest and stuff like that.
That's really good. Especially with, again, you don't even have to go to the gigs to support them. We now follow loads of musicians, not just because we follow them on Instagram, but like we keep an eye on what they're doing, and it's good to see. I'm gonna get this wrong because the fella's in 2 really good bands, but Nick Wood got signed the other week.
Yeah,
is it Tired of Fighting?
Tired of Fighting, yeah.
Because I know he's also in Blame Yourself. But it's the kind of thing I probably wouldn't have stumbled upon.
Yeah,
but because we do stay in interest, and people might not think we do because we don't go to the gigs. We don't have time to go to gigs, but we do try and push and support. And it's definitely networking, and that's been on. Next one from Rich is: do you have a wish list of guests from local musicians? Liam Fender. We were this close to getting him on the podcast, and then something happened last minute where he was unable to come down to the show. We were going to promote his gig that he did in July.
Same thing.
It was a really good gig. The only downside Liam had was it was on the Euros Cup final.
Oh yeah.
So it became very much like I remember it as well being like, oh, we're gonna have to make an early gig because England kicks off at 8, so we can't have doors open at 7 because no one's gonna be there. And
oh yeah, shit.
But we were so close to getting Liam on. We had like ITV and everything coming down because we were gonna make a big thing about it. You're still welcome on, Liam. I don't know if you watch the podcast or if you still do, but it'd be great to chat. New songs coming out from the fella. Sounding good.
Yeah.
In terms of wish list, I don't have like a list of guests to ask.
I don't have anyone. I'll talk to anybody.
Yeah.
I'll at least try and talk to them anyway.
Yeah. What are your personal biggest accomplishments of 2024?
Personal biggest accomplishments. I think just getting to grips with myself and life in general. Whereas I was doing obviously a shit ton of gigs, never having time to do anything. I was also working 5 days a week, day job. I was on the brink of death or whatnot. I've managed to bring it down to 3, and I feel I'm a little bit. We'll see how December goes, but I feel at the moment I'm a little bit more structured with when I gig and stuff like that, which has just helped massively. In terms of my original stuff as well, because it's allowed us to think, okay, well I've got this day off now, I can start to do stuff. It's taken to the end of the year to kind of figure that out, but it
works.
I'm one of those slow burners, but then once it gets started, I'm
yeah,
fucking away. So yeah, I think that just getting my life together, I think, is my achievement. Yeah. What was yours?
I'm not entirely sure. Statistically, it was really good to see me break the 10,000 stream record with Come and Kiss Me. I mean, I think Home's at 13,000, but Come and Kiss Me just kind of took off from when it started. And I know Horse Outside's nearly 150,000, but that's a cover song. It's popular. It's trending on TikTok at the minute. It's going to do well.
You say that, and but the amount not naming any bands, but I know a local band who got famous from a cover song, and it was a really good cover song, completely different, absolutely deserved the spot that I did, but it was still a cover song. Now the song Horse Outside, that's completely different from the original, which is why it's popular. So there's a reason. You could have just released you playing guitar Horse Outside, and it might not have done as
Seen
well.
A lot of videos of people doing that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, well that's true,
but no, I think because Come and Kiss Me was an original and it didn't have the attention of people knowing what it is to take off. I was quite impressed at how it did. And then my Clooney gig in June was probably the best gig I've done to date. But my overall achievement was just how I've managed to collectively work all my social media marketing. And what I mean with that is I've made everything look more professional. Everything's linked together. And I did a bit of a music course halfway through the year, and it was just telling you these little tiny things to improve, things that you think don't make a difference, but if you do it, you'll notice everything building up. And in the last 2 months, I've gone from 1,500 Instagram followers to 1,800. In 2 months, that's 300 followers of just because people are figuring out, oh, that's that, and then TikTok's building up, YouTube subscribers are building up.
Cool.
So I think my accomplishment is I've kind of finally figured out how to look more professional than I am.
Yeah, that does help. I'll still need to figure that shit out, to be honest. But
Yeah.
I think everybody always wants to be more professional than what the thing. But again, it is just it's consistency, isn't it? That's
100%.
It's not just consistency with just posting. It's consistency with what you post as well. I think it's trying to keep that balance. I always thought, I mean, they say you got to post like every single day, but I don't know if it's worth, because it's quite a hard thing, and it's even on your days off you think, oh, I've got to post this. Sometimes I don't know if you put like a week on and a couple of days off, then a week. I know a lot of people take weekends off from posting. I've noticed that.
Oh yeah. I know. The minimum we meant to do is 3 times a week.
Yeah.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday, kind of thing.
Yeah, nice. Okay, yeah.
Because again, you could just be like really boring people with
Yeah, well, that's
daily thing. But the thing with TikTok is you're not the tip with TikTok, and I use that as an example, is that's not for your fans. Instagram's for your fans, because that's more interactive, that's more personal. You've got your stories, you've got this is what's happening. TikTok is for people who are just scrolling, going, I'll give them a chance, and once they follow you on TikTok and they like your stuff, they'll move to Instagram and they'll forget about you on TikTok. So every time you post on TikTok thinking, oh, it's the same stuff, nobody cares, that's not true, because there's 7.9999 billion more people that haven't scrolled across yet.
Well,
You go into them.
I do this on TikTok. I find a video that I like, and I'll not click like, I'll just like that, scroll up. But then I'll find another video of theirs 3 or 4 thingies down, and I go, oh, press the like button. And then I'll keep scrolling, and like a few days later I'll find the video again and go, okay, I'll bite, and then you follow. Yeah. It's like you rarely follow from the first.
You gotta constantly do it.
Yeah.
It feels daft, but it's gotta be done.
Yeah. Although the good thing about TikTok is if like the most recent video hits someone, and they watch for a while, the algorithm will tell you that you like, so it'll pick a random video that you posted like weeks ago. So it'll not just so the videos that you do put up, you don't have to put up like every day necessarily. So it will pick up, because I've noticed I've got like my song that went up quite a bit. I've noticed people liking that one, and then they'll like a song that I posted last month. I don't know whether they've scrolled down or whether their For You pages are picked up. But yeah.
Final question before we take a quick break. What has been your favourite limited time available drink that you've had at the ship ISIS?
Limited time? Oh shit. I mean, Fruli's my usual go-to. Although I don't know if it's just
some good sours, you know.
Yeah, I don't know if it's my age or not, but I'm starting to get really bad heartburn from even like with the Fruli and stuff.
Yeah. I think that bubblegum sour's up there.
Yeah, the bubblegum. I mean, yeah, that was genuine. Like,
that was something interesting.
Yeah, that was really nice.
Yeah, no, I think it's either the bubblegum sour or the original milk stout. That was good.
I can't remember that one.
That was like proper first times.
Yeah.
Because I remember wanting to get it, but I was just drinking water because I was just fasting for a stag do. And then I came back to the stag do and they discontinued it. And they brought it back a year and a half later and I got it.
That's
well earned.
Swings and roundabouts.
Yeah. We'll take a short break. We'll come back with part 2. We've got a few more Instagram questions. And yeah, we'll see you there.
Yeah.
Good.
I'm swimming against the tides and pushed against the rocks. I've come so far from far away, I have forgot. It's me who jumped into the waves, and now I'm there, I drift away over the horizon. Now the night turns into day, it once was bright but now it's grey. Over the horizon, I'm drifting away. Drifting away. Still swimming against the tides, there's no shore in sight. me that took the dive in the waters of delight. The blues are clear on my skin, there's nowhere left for me to win. Over the horizon, now I'm breathing with nowhere, it's something I just grin and bear. Over the horizon, I'm drifting away. Drifting away. Who was me who jumped into the waves, and now I'm there, I drift away. Over the horizon, now night turns into day. It once was bright, but now it's grey. Over the horizon, the blues are clear on my skin, there's nowhere left for me to win. Over the horizon, now I'm breathing with nowhere, it's something I just grin and bear. Over the horizon, I'm drifting away. Drifting away. Drifting away. Drifting away.
Welcome back to side 2, where it's just me and you.
You should be a songwriter,
I
you
know,
know.
I shouldn't have.
We're still going through a few Instagram questions. Now, Ashley, my fiance, has asked a similar question what Rich asked before. Rich only specified 2024 though. So Ashley said, what achievement are you most proud of so far? I'm assuming music career.
Okay. I won a songwriting competition one time in Gateshead College. That was a cool moment. I won a guitar, and that was a fun story because I didn't have any money at the time, and the guitar that I was using was flickering. It was like basically shitty electronics and stuff like that. Just it was near death. Don't know how I got through this song, but I was like, because the prize was a guitar. I was like, I can't afford another guitar.
This is a perfect biopic story. You know?
And I really need a guitar. So anyway, I sung a song called White Skies, which is about like death and shit like that, fucking emo shit. And I'll tell you who one of the judges was. It was the guy from Viz magazine. If it's, I'm sure Rich will know. He's old enough.
Still coming to HMV. They still do signings.
Oh, they still do it? Okay.
Well, a good guy from time to time.
Aye, so it was JG Windows offering the guitar. It was like a prize, songwriting competition. I was like, I need this fucking guitar. So I played the best song I wrote. I was writing at the time. I won it. I was like, yeah, shit, fucking hell, maybe I am all right. But yeah, that was a cool moment.
What guitar was it?
It wasn't. It was like a really cheap Tanglewood. It would have cost like 120 quid guitar or something.
I think I had that one.
Yeah.
But in terms of like achievements, I completely forgot about my Beyond achievement until you mentioned Beyond Vinyl.
Yeah.
But it's a physical chart, so I don't count that as a big achievement on my end. But coming third in the charts at home was all right.
That was pretty damn good because
I was just really annoyed that we picked the wrong week because
Yeah.
the week after, the sales would have took us first. That week, Harry Styles announced his worldwide tour, and 2 of his songs took me.
Yeah, that's
So close.
Dick.
But that's very successful.
Yeah.
And if you need an opening act, mate, I'm here. But it's just luck of the draw of picking what week you're going to release.
Yeah, and you're never going to know because you got to pick it so far in advance. You're never going to know what's going on between. Because you probably picked a good week, and that's why Harry Styles picked that particular week
because it was a good week.
Yeah.
So
So just
so is what it is. But no, honestly, I think my best achievement is how much the originals has grown. Not just down to like production and down to like how much better I think the writing is or the quality is getting. But I did a gig at Filthy's the other week, and I was like, oh, so good evening, ladies and gents. My name's Conor Michael. I'm going to play some songs. And these two lasses started screaming, ah! And then they held the phones out, and they were like, we follow you on Spotify. Yeah. And I was like, oh, that's not like I've seen you on Instagram or anything. Like, you got Come and Kiss Me in the playlist and stuff. And I was like,
that's pretty cool.
That's my achievement, is to see a stepping stone, really. Ashley's final question is, what's your 5-year goal? 2029, James.
Jesus, fucking hell.
Let's go 2030. We're at the end of this one. 2030.
Not
do you want to be?
Die. That's the lowest.
Yeah, that's good. That is a good rock bottom.
Yeah, not death.
Yeah.
In the middle of that, I guess I would love to. I should think this. This is the thing. This is the very basic thing, isn't it? What's your goal? Mm-hmm. Basically, my goal is to release all the songs that I've been writing 5 years previous, and it's probably going to take about 5 years to finally get them all out. To get a relatively large following on TikTok, get more Spotify listeners if Spotify's still about. TikTok music might have taken over that by now. Yeah, I want Torn Apart by Lisa to release really fucking shit, cheesy music videos and have an album with Torn Apart by Lisa by 2029. Fully
That's the target,
produced.
mate.
Yeah. Yeah, I want. Cause I've got the songs. I just need the production value, and I need just. I do even need production. Yeah, I need production value, don't I? I just need to record the back. I
don't realise the difference it makes. Yeah. And I'd said that I went to Stevie's and we had a chat about it, and I was like, I increased my production value because of what Stevie said. He was like, he did all his music and it sounded fantastic with the way they did it at a studio.
Yeah.
And then they spent a lot of money on it and went to a professional studio in Liverpool and then went to Abbey Road to get it mastered. And he went, spending that much money, everybody went, why? When you can just do it this. But he went, the difference between that little jump is so big.
Yeah.
Like I remember when I started recording this album, Scott was like, why spend that money there when you can just get it done there? I was like, because I think the production of this is going to be worth the investment. Production value is 100% something. If you can invest in it, it's worth doing it. My 5 years, I don't know what I've got planned for 2029. I do have a 3-year plan at the minute though. Whether it's going to happen again, you never know. Obviously next year I've got an album coming out. The album is called Chase the Day. I should probably mention that at some point. And throughout next year I'm going to do single release gigs per single, except for the one in March, because I'm going to be busy on self-given paternity leave in March.
Nice, yes.
Quite busy, you know. So I've got a gig in Little Buildings on on the very start of February, which I think could sell out, you know. I really do. I think that's going to sell out before it goes on general sale, because I'm going mailing listers first.
Yeah, that's cool.
And I've got 52 mailing listers so far, and it's a 60 capacity venue.
So yeah,
it could work, you know.
Yeah.
And then there'll be another release gig for the song that comes out in April, and then one in June and July, I think. But I don't want them just to be in the northeast, so I'm going to try and go back down to York and maybe Manchester or something. And then when the album's out in August, it's about going to all the festivals, trying to do as many as I can, nationally, rather than just doing the local festivals.
Yeah.
I want to plan a UK tour in 2026. And then, because my songs have been doing so well in Europe, like Germany, Netherlands, Switzerland, I think, they're my top 3 at the minute. 2027, I want to plan a small European tour, just to kind of get some small venues in, go around. Cool. And then if I've got everything planned the way it should be, I did have intentions of doing a collab EP by the end of next year, but that's looking very unlikely because of the timescale on it. But I'm already writing the second album, so hopefully by 2029 I'm ready to release Chase the Next Day.
Yeah, do like an Ed Sheeran thing where it's just like it's all linked. Like obviously he's got like plus, divide, minus. You've got Chase the Next Day.
Yeah, Chase the Day after tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay. Miss next week, but next month I'll chase
next year.
Chase next year.
Chase the weekend. Yeah. So I don't know. So far, it sounds good in my head. It's probably not going to happen because a European tour, whilst planning a wedding and a baby on the way, is quite difficult. People keep saying. We got 2 questions from Fail to Ignite.
Oh, okay.
The first one: has James ever messed up anyone else's name before?
Yes. I'm sure I called Slate label Blue Slate or something like that, or Blue Shift.
You did? I forget everyone's names, you know, and I feel really bad about it. But I just kind of let you take the fall because you said the name, and I'm like, James, how could you get that wrong? I think Anthony was the only one I was like, who's Nathan? Whereas the rest, I'm like, all right, if that's what you say, James. I got to a point once, if you go back in the archives of the old episodes, you can see me typing on the laptop, and I'm just typing down the names. I'm like, oh, so he's called Daniel.
Oh, so that's how you do it. All right, okay.
Don't have the laptop anymore, so I just go on whatever you say.
Yeah. Just get my name's not that. No, it is now.
And it is Nathan. Welcome to your new life. Of which he gives a final question of the day from this is which song of each other's do you wish you'd written?
Oh,
of course that side doesn't count.
No, probably Alone. I think that's got a really good. I think even though Torn Apart by Lisa is like a 3-piece, I think I probably could have built that up quite well. Yeah. To a state where it's like it would sound good.
And you guys walk on
quite like
solo, and then they come in towards the end.
Yeah, I think no, I like that. I like the simplicity of it as well. I always like just keeping things, but it's like it's a simple song that kind of builds up really well. So that would be my choice of yours.
I wasn't expecting Alone to be your answer, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I nearly said Home because I've already played
seen you play Home live. And on the other side, like, I love Sink the Ship, and it's a really good song, and I wanted to do like a collab, and we could probably still do a collab at some point.
Definitely could, yeah.
But you've got another song, and I'm gonna get the title wrong because I don't know what the title is. Is it called Light, or is it called Turn Off the Lights?
It's not Nelly Furtado. Turn up the lights. No, it's called Light in brackets Sleep When I'm Dead.
There you go.
Yeah,
I love that song.
Yeah,
that's the kind of song that I would write as well, because it goes down to just to play and singer songwriter. You can put it in with a band. I could probably put it in with a loop, but you could just take all the equipment off, go unplugged, sing it in a crowd, and it would still have the same effect as any other way you do it because it's a raw song.
Yeah, I think. I mean, to be fair, I write all my songs on acoustic guitar anyway.
I do quote to Stevie Stoker: if a song sounds good, stripped back, it's a good song overall.
Yeah, I like to keep that because most of the songs that I write, it's like I don't really look at the guitar riffs I'm doing and stuff like that. It's all just very. I'm very lyrical. I like the way words work. I like to play with words a lot. Melodies as well. I think melodies and words work really well. That's usually what I come up with first. And then after that, it's kind of chords and riffs and little beats and stuff like that. But I think that's the core of it. If you can get a good melody and a good hook, like lyrical hook, then you can do anything on the song. Just like it works.
I agree. Once you get the raw of the song, you can put the rest in it.
Yeah. So that's cool. I wasn't expecting you to say that one.
Yeah. Sink the Ship, was it?
Yeah, most people just say, "Oh, sink the ship." Like, I'm sick of it now.
That's the thing. Your most successful song becomes the one you hate.
Yeah.
I used to hate playing Burning Alive live because it's such a weird one to get right. It feels like I've got so much to build up on the loop. Yeah. And I was like, and I ironically, I wrote it for that Beyond gig I did because I went through a phase of.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing that.
I want to make every single gig different. So when someone's like, "Well, why should I come to that gig? I went to one last month." Well, it's a new set list. I've never heard these songs, so I made an effort to write like 7 new songs per gig I was doing.
Yeah, that's my thing with Talk. That's why every single gig I'm making sure I'm doing a new funny
intro thing.
I'll never do the same.
You've got to change it though, don't you? And it's a thing like Sabrina Carpenter. She marketed it really well. I think she was on tour with Taylor Swift. Don't quote me on that.
I think she was. There was a funny before you say there was a really weird video where I realised Taylor Swift is tall, massive,
and she's 4'11".
It was like Gandalf and Frodo. Like I was like, Jesus, like you don't. Yeah. But anyway, what you said.
But she did a really clever thing, and it worked because it caught my attention whenever the video popped up. She's got a song called, I think it's Nonsense, and at the end she makes these sexual references in the song. But every town or city she went to, she changed the end of the song depending on where she was. So like there'd be something about that guy's dick's Dublin because she's in Dublin, and then she'd make other remarks about different places that rhymed. And every time it came on TikTok, after a while of seeing it, I'd just be like, I wonder what she's saying about New York. I wonder what she's saying about Sydney. And all of a sudden, before you know it, you're just interested in that little bit she's doing.
And then the algorithm will be like...
Because she's changed it.
Yeah.
That little bit change, like you say, just changing your intro, everyone goes, I wonder how James is going to start the fucking gig this time.
I know.
And it piques an interest you don't realise. But that globally worked so well that now she does... she's doing a tour at the minute. And what she's got a song called Juno. And it's a very sexual song. And there's a bit on stage where she'll then, the lyric is, try different positions. Have you ever tried this one? And she walks to the platform, lies down, and goes into a sexual position. And goes, have you ever tried this one? And the crowd goes, way! But she does a different stance every single show.
Oh, right, okay.
So everybody's now, TikTok algorithm, Juno, it's not a single she released, but it's doing really well because everybody's watching that song because they're like, well, what's she doing this time? And
probably watching it just to see that she's doing.
Yeah,
I think.
Well, she's cracked the code of, well, that's what people are going to watch, so I'll give them what they're going to watch, and it's made her the biggest artist of 2024.
Yeah. So.
But it's not because she's changed, or is she going to do this song or this song? It's because she's done something that takes 5 seconds that everybody else thinks, well, that doesn't make a difference.
Yeah.
But everyone else goes, but you're paying attention, you know what's happening there. The algorithm's picked up on that. People are watching the video now. So something as small as changing the intro, massive.
Yeah.
Something as big as changing every single song was killing me off. But that's where Burning Alive came from.
Cool. So I wonder if that Sabrina Carpenter thing, I wonder if it's got to be by design, because I know with me it's more indecisiveness. I just change my mind and I want to do different things, but it works out quite
use
fun.
it as a strength.
So now now I'm saying this, so I'm not gonna be able to think of something because I've got to think of something different. But which it's usually like a few days before when I decide what I want to do. So just like which is.
But if you ever went on tour for like, let's say a 10 gig tour, you to make it work would have to have 10 different intros. You can't just have the same one over than 10 shows.
That's it. Yeah.
But if you make it different, people will pay attention.
Yeah.
And yeah, I can't really remember what I was talking about before, but Burning Alive, that was my intention of trying to make it different.
You try and write a new song for each,
and it became a challenge. I wrote Burning Alive about 5 hours before I went on stage, and it was the one song that everyone else went, oh fuck me, that was really good. That's right, I guess I'll work on it. So then I made it as part of the EP. I wanted to get it as a bit more of a rock mix, and I tried to get Twisted to collab on it, but they had legal issues being signed. And then I had another local band I was trying to get on, but I got ghosted towards the end of it. But not intentionally. I'm sure they were very busy. Yeah. Because they are one of the biggest upcoming bands in the Northeast, which is why I wanted to get involved, to be fair. Yeah. But out of nowhere, Burning Alive, if you take Come and Kiss Me out of the competition, Burning Alive is the song that's just... I didn't give any promotion on it. I promoted Come and Kiss Me. I made a music video for Come and Kiss Me. I did everything right for it, and it pushed off. I just released Burning Alive, and it went bang. And I was like, I didn't even touch it.
Be fair for you.
So that's now in my set list at the minute, because I have to entertain the fact it's a mint. I think that's a pod, to be honest with you, unless you've got any more questions you want to ask. If you guys want to hear anything, keep an eye out. We'll post it when we're going to do a solo chat. Yeah. A duo chat.
We've got a special this time, where we don't just have one song at the end, we've got 2.
Yeah, well, we thought it's us two, we may as well both do a song.
Exactly.
Just on the promotion side of things, my EP Horizon should be out. I hope it is, because that's why I'm doing a big gig this weekend, to go for it. But that should be out. Please go check it out. It's got 2 songs that you may have already heard, Dancing Around Overboard. Horizon is one of my new favourite songs because it's the first song I've ever written that's got a proper belt to it. Yeah. Every other song I've done, I always feel like I'm holding back. Burning Alive, I could have pushed a bit more home. I should have changed the key. Come and Kiss Me, it still feels a bit, we'll see. Horizon was the first time I just let loose, and I played it at a gig in Newgate Social in the Gate, and the small crowd that was there, they all said it was the best song that they had.
Yeah, I like it when
got a message of Alan the following day. He's like, you need to stop writing bangers because I'm sick sick of having to go and see all these songs. I was like, yeah, that's good. If Alan improves. Yeah. So go check out Horizon. There you are, already out, but the better new version is out now. In terms of gigs, I've got a headline show at Little Buildings on the 2nd of February, because that is going to coincide with my first single of 2025. That is called Dark of the Night. That'll be out on the 31st of January. And the crack I've got with the Little Buildings gig, I don't know if tickets are on sale generally yet, because all my mailing list subscribers are going to get first dibs on the tickets. So if you want, please follow me at Conor Michael UK. Sign up to the mailing list. It's completely free. I just send random emails that say, here's some half price tickets, or here's early access to a song, or here's half price merch. And people always worry about mailing lists, thinking, oh, he's going to spam us with mail. Yeah. I forget I've got it. So I've had like 4 songs come out where I'm like, oh, I was meant to send an email to say this song's out now. So it's completely harmless to sign up. You can back out if you ever want to, but that's the best way to get tickets for Little Buildings.
Awesome. Yes. Well, I'm in between stages at the moment. So
social tags, because I know you got 17 new accounts now.
Yes. Well, essentially, I've changed it a little bit. So it's James Berry UK. That's everything. On Instagram, essentially, I've got James Berry songs. But what I do is, if you just want to hear my songs, that's it. Follow James Berry songs. But I basically, every time I post a song on James Berry song, it makes collaborative with James Berry UK. So if you want to hear about my fucking shitty trip to Japan and all that other stuff, follow James Berry UK as well.
Final plug as well, please go follow at Fail to Ignite Official. Reason I say this is if mine and his discussions are going to plan, there's going to be some big announcement for the end of 2025, which might involve this guy as well. So drop us all a follow. Thank you very much for listening. We'll announce our songs. Don't know which order they're going to play, but mine is called Horizon. It's the title track of the new EP. I hope you enjoy it. Yeah. Your new song?
Mine is called Rain On Me. Wrote it last week, so hopefully it's good. That's not very good plug, is it? It's fucking mint. You should just stay along and listen to it. It's class. Yeah. So we'll see you next week.
Take it down.
I can do that one. Hang on.
Forgive me, Lord, for I have sinned. If I recall, I did think things through. As a matter of fact, I didn't think at all. And if you can't let go, don't let it be. Rain on me. Let me drown. We dug our holes, I bit off more than I could chew. Now it's a long way down, I don't care how, but I still fall for you. So rain on me. Just let